Hey, how's it going? This is Metal. I'm going to do a recording for options. This will be my first test recording. We'll see how it works out. It'll be quite short. I'll just give a brief overview of the options market for March. And for people who don't really understand or know what options are, is that they're derivative instruments that give you the right to buy or sell a underlying asset at a given price by a given time. So if you were to buy a call option, you would have the right to, let's say, purchase Bitcoin at a strike price, say 2,300, 2,300, and sell it and close that position by the end of the expiration date. So that's pretty simple. And it's the same thing with put options. If you buy a, let's say, $20,000 put option, you have the right to sell Bitcoin at $20,000 by the end of the expiration date. So it's a pretty simple thing. And if you're a person who is selling the options, you get paid a premium to sell the option for that. So it's not super complicated. I could probably talk about it later, but the important thing for options is just understanding that it's places of high interest of where people are looking to buy insurance protection on Bitcoin or Ethereum. So if somebody's buying a put option, they might be somewhat bearish that the market might go down, and they're willing to pay a price called a premium to buy downside protection. And the same actually for calls is like somebody may not want to buy a full Bitcoin position, or they might try to hedge their shorts. So they'll buy a call option at a higher price, and if it expires worthless, it expires worthless. But they don't have to risk their account for something that could, potentially go haywire. So that's not the best explanation of options. I think if you look it up online, or you want to reach out to me, I can explain them. But for now, I'm just going to give you what I think are really interesting option levels, and then I'll also put them on the chart and explain kind of my thesis, something to expect for March. The big events we have is, I think, the Shanghai update, and we have FOMC, and it's also the Q3 close. So it's actually a very large amount of options that will be expiring, and that's a pretty important thing. So let me go over first off, the expiration and strike prices. So the current one that we have is this Friday, and we actually have a lot of people buying puts around 23,500. So, we opened up pretty strong on the open, but it seems like people are kind of bearish, so they're buying put options. So if we start trading below 23,500, that's kind of the level that we think is support. But if it doesn't act as support, the people who bought puts would be in profit. And the upper levels for that is 24,500. So we're not really expecting to break 25K this week, but if we do, these options will be in profit. So between 23,500 and 24,500, that's sort of the expected range for the options, or for the price range. And so if you're an option dealer, you really want to know what you want the option to be trading between, because I make money as an option dealer when these expire worthless, right? I just collect the premium, and your insurance is useless. So I need to know basically where I think price is going to be trading by the end of the expiration time. And so the dealers are betting on pretty much 24,000 is going to be the average price for the end of this Friday. For, let's see, Ethereum, we have pretty much a lot of calls at 1,700, and we have a big amount of puts between 1,600. So same principle, we're going to expect price to trade around 1,600 to 1,700 in general as a range. If we go above those, that could be a squeeze, either on the shorts. Probably like shorts will start to enter if we lose 1600, and longs will probably start to enter if we gain 1700, because these are pretty strong levels in the market that want to be defended. And as a options dealer, you're really betting on volatility, right? Like price not moving. Yeah, this is very different than like speculators who are betting on price moving in a particular direction. As an options dealer, if options move in any direction, that's really interesting. So I'm gonna pause the recording and do step 2.